Did you fart? Okay. Hi guys. Vlogs are back. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But it's a vlog. It's a vlog. I'm about to go wake up Storm. Well, can you hear her? She's already awake. In her crate. Let's go get her. Hi. Hi. I know. Hey. I know. Hi. Don't. No jumping. Come here. Yes. No jumping. No jumping. I know, my princess. So as soon as Miss Storm gets out the crate, why are you looking at me like that? We put her collar on and her leash on because she's not grown enough to be wandering around the house because you're destructive, okay? Ma'am, you are. My favorite part of having a dog right here. Yep. She just watches me pick up poop. Must be nice. This is a must in our household, okay? After she comes, inside, we always wipe her paws down with just like dog wipes. I'll link them below. They're also on my Amazon list. Hey, ma'am. She's just giving me little love bites. They just hurt a little bit. No, they don't hurt. We also wipe her booty. Okay, remember in one of my makeup videos a while ago, I said I'm not going to do an intro video and introduce Storm. Well, I kind of just changed my mind. So this is Storm. She is a 6-month-old Doberman Pinscher, European Doberman Pinscher. European Dobermans are a little bit bigger. She's 54 pounds. Listen, when she's in her hyper state, jumping at you, that you feel all 50 pounds. Okay, it's a lot. Hey, ow! See, they're great dogs though. No, she gives little love bites. This is a tough dog. This is for people who can handle a lot of dogs. She's not a joke, okay? And I know the boys are bigger. I can only imagine what the boys are like because she is so much. Les is out of town. Ooh, what you doing? Les is out of town for the next couple days visiting his mom in North Carolina. So I've been taking care of her by myself and wow. That's all I'm gonna say is wow. It's, if you guys wanna get a dog, any dog, not just a large breed, make sure that you have time for it. Make sure you do your research. The reason why we decided to get a Doberman is because we just kind of mutually agreed on it. I originally wanted a bulldog because I just love bulldogs. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I used to have a French bulldog and he passed away at the dog sitter, and I feel like I'm somewhat still like traumatized from that. That's why it took so long to get a dog. And so Les was like, I don't want a small dog. And then for months we were kind of just going back and forth figuring out what would be the right fit for us. And he's like, we should get a Doberman. I said, and then that's when I kind of started to dive into the breed, understanding like the needs of a working dog. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. This will be perfect. We did want a guard dog, and Doberman Pinschers are just like the best guard dogs. And they're super smart and trainable. So sweet. One thing I didn't expect, especially when she was younger, she was not very cuddly, wasn't super, I don't know, she just wasn't cuddly, but Storm has turned into like the biggest cuddle. Like she just wants to be all up on you all the time. Like look at right now, she's like playing, but she wants to lay on me. Like that's just how she is. I know. And her teeth, she's strong too. So I really just can't stress enough, if you're gonna get a large breed working dog, you need to put them to work. We've been training Storm for, has it been 2 months now? I think 2 months. We've taken her to the actual training facility maybe 4 times. So I guess we're taking her once a month. And then in between, we're doing all the work. So we're up training her. We get up, take her for a walk. And then she has usually 2 training sessions a day. And that's when we feed her. But I wanted, show them. They want to see you, okay? They want to see you. But I wanted to show you guys how I've been training. Ow! how I've been training her, and just some tips for those of you who maybe want to start getting into training your dog, and just some stuff that I've learned. So I think it might be kind of fun. Oh, and I'm not even going to show you guys all the scars I have from her biting. You know, her little harmless bites. Look at her. Like last night, we were playing tug of war, and her freaking fang went into my finger. Well, we'll get into the scars later, okay? This is a whole lot of dog. It kind of goes because she's a whole lot of dog and I'm a whole lot of woman. Yes, 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 yes. This is why we keep her on a leash, okay? She literally chews at the wall, okay? The first step in training your dog or your puppy is keeping them on a leash in the house. That way they know that they aren't free to just roam around and be destructive. And the second step is to hand feed. When my trainer told me hand feed, I said, who has time for that? But it is really easy, and I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So the second step, which a lot of you guys, are gonna be like, oh my God. For a large breed dog that we did was introduce the prong collar. So that's this silver collar, I don't know if you guys can see it, that has like a little bit of, not spikes because they're not sharp, but it just provides a little discomfort if she tries to like run away from me or whatnot. Before you guys pass judgment, let me just tell you that I'm working with a professional trainer who's been training for years and years and years. And with large breed dogs, they need structure. They're very strong, and the only way to kind of keep her, or even I guess just teach her, you know, the difference between right and wrong and to follow my lead is with this prong collar. There's other types of collars, but just remember these are dogs. These aren't human beings. So dogs have different needs than us. So if you guys are, you know, that person that's like, oh, how would you feel wearing that collar? It wouldn't feel good for me, but I'm not a dog. So it's completely safe for dogs. It does provide a little bit of discomfort if they pull on it, but most of the time, like right now, you can see that she's completely fine. But if you have a large breed dog, prong collars are amazing. You'll notice right away just a difference in their obedience. Look how good she's being. Sit. Good girl. So yeah, step 1, hand feed. Step 2, and these are the steps we took. Introducing her to the prong collar, and we pretty much keep it on her anytime she's not in the crate. Come here, stand. Good girl. And those basic commands, you know, those are easy to teach. Like sit, you could even, well, she knows sit now, but I remember when I was first teaching her how to sit, I would say sit, and I'd kind of push her butt down a little bit, and I'd hold the food really high. And as soon as she would sit, I would reward her and say, yes, yes, good girl, you know. The important thing is when you see your dog doing something right, you have to verbally tell them like, yes, good girl, so that they know that they're doing something right. Sit. Yes. And then the food. I don't give Storm any treats. It's only kibble. We don't want her to be overweight. We don't want her to have different foods that she values more. So say I give her treats every once in a while and kibble sometimes. She might look at the kibble and be like, I'm good, because I know that you have those other treats which are higher value and I'd rather have that. So we only feed her kibble, we only hand feed her, and when we're training, it's kibble. Kibble, 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 okay? You're so good. Sit. Yes, good girl. So a couple things we need to still work on with her. I mean, she has a long ways to go. Is like she'll sit, she'll do the command, and then she'll get out of it. And so one thing we're working on is keeping her in her command without moving. And I know some of you guys, especially if you don't have a large breed dog, you might not agree with some of the things I'm doing, which is fine. You could just keep it moving. But if you have a large breed dog and you've been training them, you're probably used to all these steps. If you have a large breed dog and you're like, my dog is crazy, then you might be learning some things, okay? But all I'm saying is this is a safe space. This is a judgment-free zone. So please don't judge my training style, because I do have a professional guiding me through it. Come on. Yes. So step 3 for us was introducing Storm to the cot. This is like an elevated bed, you can see, and this is like her place where she can stay. This is like her, you know, almost like her little bed. And so one thing that we're doing pretty much every day is having her stay on this bed for at least an hour. So this is just teaching her, you know, another step of being obedient. It's teaching her to stay put. So when we first started training her, and you can see she's so well behaved, she would go on there and then right away jump off. And so what we would do is we would just grab her, I don't want her to jump off, but we would just grab her leash, guide her back on, and then take a couple steps back, and then reward her maybe like every 2 minutes or minute. You can even start with a minute, and then maybe 2 minutes later, and then 3 minutes later. The point is getting her to stay here as long as you tell her, basically. So right now she's staying put because she knows that if she stays, she's going to get kibble. If she jumps off the bed and I put her back on, I'm not going to give her kibble because I don't want her to think that behavior is going to get her the reward. No. Storm, what's going on with your ears? Put your ear up. Put your ear up. I'm going to have her stay in place. I'm going to do a little stay in place flex while I talk to you guys about her being motivated by food. So when before we went to the trainer and we were just trying to figure things out for ourselves, we would try and train her, and she wasn't interested at all. So what we did was we cut back her food a little bit. So I think for her age, she's recommended like 4.5, maybe 5 cups. I think it's like 4.5 cups of food. We're probably feeding her 3 cups. This is keeping her lean. This is also keeping her motivated. So now, like when we have food, she's like, oh, like I want it, because she knows like 1, hand feeding's the only time she's gonna eat. Wait, good girl, yes. And 2, she's like, I'm hungry, feed me. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. So when we first started the training, she wasn't that motivated. Hey, wait. She wasn't that motivated, so I think maybe in the afternoon we tried to feed her. She wasn't motivated. Instead of like forcing food on her, we just stopped. We're like, okay, she's not gonna eat, and then tried again at night. And if she still didn't eat, then we didn't feed her till the next day. This works. Listen, this will work. The next day when you go to feed her, she's gonna be extremely motivated. She'll probably listen to anything you say. If you tell her to sit, she's probably gonna sit so fast. So one way if you're just starting, one thing that helped us was skipping a meal. And I think for us, I feel like we kind of put this human emotion into feeding our dogs. Like, oh my God, they can't miss a meal. Yes, they can. They're animals. They can survive days, probably weeks. I don't know the stat without food. So if you skip a meal, they're totally fine. Look at how good you're being. Look at you just staying in place. You're so cute. Look at her. Fierce. She's such a badass, you guys. Like, wow. You're doing so good. I also like to do eye contact drills with Storm. So I'll give her a command like sit. And I'll wait for her. You can see she's looking at the food now. I'll wait for her to look at me. And then I'll reward her. Yes. And this helps just your dog focus on you and concentrate on you. Sit. She said, I don't want to sit. I'm not tolerating the attitude today, okay? Not in front of YouTube. Don't do it. Don't do it. Storm. Good girl. So here she is, you guys. This is Storm. I thought it was really important for me to make this video to just encourage you guys to look into training your dog. There's so okay, go ahead. There's so many. Oh, she wants to bring it back over here and squeak all up in my ear. There's so many free videos on YouTube that guide you through training if you can't go to a in-person trainer, and your dog will change. Like from the moment we got her until now, she's calmed down so much. And yes, she did get spayed, so that's part of it, but just her respect for us, how she looks to us for guidance. just her overall obedience has, it's been really cool to see how she's like transformed, and also like the training, she loves it. She looks forward to it. It's just important to train your dogs, especially if you have a Doberman. Storm, is it, you're just gonna squeak? Are you? This is probably triggering for people. It doesn't, the squeaking doesn't bother me. It really doesn't, but let me know if you guys wanna see more videos with Storm. She's so cute. She's my little princess, my little sweetheart. Like, she brings me so much joy. She brings Les so much joy. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos of Storm, with Storm, her training, all that. Let me know.